And I'd like to thank the gentleman, Chairman Nels, for calling today's hearing. I'm glad that we have an opportunity to examine freight rail service and learn what can be improved. Of course, we can't neglect the importance of the freight rail workforce to the safe and reliable operation of these railroads. For the last decade, freight railroad workers have been asked to do more with less. Since 2015, the freight rail workforce has been cut by a third. Despite record profits, it has only been in the last year that the Class I railroads have been willing to bargain with their workforce for paid sick leave. This morning, I introduced the Freight Rail Workforce Health and Safety Act to guarantee 7 paid sick days for all freight railroad workers. Sick leave is a right. We members of Congress have paid sick leave ourselves. Our staff has paid sick leave. Executives at the railroads have paid sick leave. Freight rail workers deserve paid sick leave as well. As the workforce shrunk, trains grew in length, with some trains today reaching up to 3 miles long. These trains are too long to fit into rail yards and sidings, so they block crossings and stop people from getting to school and to work. More worrisome, these trains can stop first responders from getting to people who need them. Mr. Chairman, I'd like to ask unanimous consent to add the December 2022 article from the Kansas City Star into the record.
Without objection, so ordered.
It shows the human toll of blocked crossings. A grandfather, Gene Bird, died while the crossing to his neighborhood was knowingly blocked by a BNSF train, and emergency responders could not get to his house in Noble, Oklahoma. In the Houston suburbs, a tiny baby died for the same reason. His mom was a nurse, and she performed CPR for 52 minutes while a Union Pacific train blocked the entrance to her neighborhood. I am pleased that our Senate counterparts advanced bipartisan rail safety legislation yesterday, which addresses both block crossings and long trains. This bill is so bipartisan, both Senator Schumer and former President Trump support it. I'm hopeful we can move similar legislation here in the House, and I look forward to working with my Republican colleagues on this. We need to improve rail safety and rail service. Last summer's rail meltdown made it clear that this industry needs resiliency. In response to service disruptions, I introduced the Freight Rail Shipping Fair Market Act, which puts shippers and the railroads on a level playing field. It requires freight rail contracts to contain service delivery standards while allowing railroads and customers to determine what those standards should be. It clarifies that common carrier service should mean efficient, timely, reliable rail service. It allows rail car owners to charge fees if railroads are slow to pick up or return their cars. The same way railroads are allowed to do the same. These ideas are supported by rail customers and rail labor. They will improve service for rail customers and for all who depend on freight railroads to bring food to the market and keep our country running. I look forward to hearing from our witnesses today about rail service and how the rail workforce is handling these recent challenges. And with that, Mr. Chairman, I yield back.
Thank you, Ranking Member Payne. I ask you